परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वदी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि. Nithyanandam, a very warm welcome to all of the viewers who are joining with us right now for a very special segment of the Kailasa news program. We are sharing with each and every one of you some of the most ancient secrets on how to be a billionaire. Now, most of us, maybe we're working from responsibilities that we have accumulated over the years. We're just trying to make the grind work. But somehow wealth, abundance is still not something that we have experienced. It's just a dream, a facade that we're going after, running after. And many people all over the world are now understanding that this is a reality, that maybe the American dream isn't exactly as we have all expected it to be. And not just in the US, it's in every wealthy country that has a disparity between the wealthy class and the middle class and the lower class. This disparity is causing more and more suffering for people. People are not able to afford health care. People are not able to afford healthy vegetables, a good nutritious diet. But why have we come to this state? In fact, Hinduism, Sanātana Hindu Dharma, has the most valuable secrets on how to manifest wealth, and which is ultimately nourished for the whole public and given by the Hindu government had taken up in order to take care of each and every single individual and make them manifest wealth and enable them to contribute to the society. Swamiji beautifully has given the Sanātana Hindu economic model, a beautiful blueprint for billionaires. In this program today, we're going to be understanding the secrets behind the Hindu economy and the science of wealth in Kailasa as revived by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam.
Now, as we just heard, Hindu economy was the world's first economic superpower. We didn't just trade with the world, but we were the world's trade. Due to various reasons. One, the Wootz steel, which was the secret behind the Damascus blades, the unparalleled metallurgy that set the global standard. Or the textiles, with the fine muslins commanded the highest prices in Rome and Europe, a testament to our sophisticated industry. And even the diamonds, which was the world's only known source for millennia, exporting
just stones, all kinds of different jewelry, diamonds to the whole world. And as well, there was the global trade. Sanātana Hindu civilization was the hub, the center of the global trade. It was, as Mamadura had just said, it was not just that we traded with the world. We were literally the center, the global ports where every single country, every single traveler wanted to travel and wanted to indulge in the richness of the Sanātana Hindu civilization. We had vibrant port cities and extensive non-violent trade networks that literally sustained the world. And all of this richness was established because of the Sanātana Hindu principles of economy. Swamiji has beautifully revived all of the Sanātana Hindu, the principles of the economy that make the foundation of the Sanātana Hindu economy.
So the Sanātana Hindu Dharma, the model, is founded on responsibility, where wealth is not just a consequence. It's not just something that's done, but wealth is a consequence of an enriching society not the end goal. Wealth is not what you take, but it is what you contribute. When you contribute to others, people enrich you back. And this is proved by multiple various things. Like even in the scriptures, it says, Sukaya Moolam Dharmaha, Dharmaya Moolam Arthaha. Dharma is the root of wealth. A stable, prosperous economy, Artha, is essential for righteous and happy society, which is Dharma. So wealth facilitates Dharma. Number two, life positive economics. Essentials like education, health, and family needs, all like the education and the health, food, all of these are free. The system ensures profit is aligned with community well being, discouraging life negative activities. And number three, the you own, you don't possess. All your wealth, you own it. Ownership is inclusive, allowing one to manifest capabilities and share them with the world. Manifesting wealth is a result of owning up to your talents and contributing it to more and more people.
Finally, the Sanātana Hindu economy model is gold-based and savings-oriented. Swamiji beautifully has described how, in fact, many times Swamiji has described how it's like such an ingrained fundamental value in each family in the Sanatana Hindu economy and in the Sanatana Hindu civilization. Each family has wealth that are savings oriented, so that the next generation can grow, be stable, be well grounded, and be able to sustain themselves. That is how each generation took care of the next generation, and they took responsibility for the next generations, sustainability, and every single need that they might have. Like this, generation after generation, they would grow and become a very successful economy model. If just imagine if one family's wealth can be carried down thousands of generations, of course this will build marriages, saving.
We do multiple jobs, everything, just to earn money and feed our family. But yet we still strive for wealth. These are the different ways how you can manifest wealth for yourself. Because you can actually have it as a manifestation and not something that you're running behind because you're consciousness.
And Sanatana Hindu Dharma had this as a science because of these grounding principles of the economy, of wealth and abundance. We understood and we had that such a deep science that Paramashiva has gifted to us and was kept safeguarded by the Guru Parampara. Each of these principles has done an immense good for us to be able to build our economy, for us to be able to take responsibility and to invest, to research, to innovate more and more. In fact, not just in the wealth area, gold, the wealth, everything in terms of for each and every one of us to understand, to be able to manifest wealth and life itself as we want it. We should not feel that wealth is such a burden. So many of us, I'm sure, have such misconceptions about wealth. We have our own ideas about wealth. We think that wealth is stress, that wealth is bad. Many of us think wealth is such a
people who are wealthy are cruel.
Exactly. We think that people who are wealthy are cunning. All of these ideas that we have about wealth right now was not a foundation in Sanatana Hindu Dharma and in Sanatana Hindu civilization because of the grounding, foundational principles of the economy.
All of these different ideas that we have about wealth now is only ideas that the society around us has dumped on us. And that is why Swamiji is needing to do a revival. He's needing to do a revival because of a systematic destruction of civilizational wealth. The wealth of Hinduism was not lost, but it was stolen.
Exactly. Over thousands of years from the civilization at its peak, after invasion, there has been a systematic destruction of the entire civilization's wealth, land, and ultimately the people who have all been for more than 1,000 years, been surviving a holocaust. This systematic persecution has been centuries of deliberate economic warfare and cultural genocide, which is completely out of a natural market cycle. This genocide has targeted Hindu temples, the temples where we have stored wealth, which were centers of education, which were centers of trade, centers of banking and giving loans. All of this activities, normal banking and fiscal policies, fiscal activities, all of this was centered in the temple. But the first thing that invaders had done when they had come into the country, when they had conquered our lands, was to destroy the temples, the Hindu temples. Every single one of the temples has been completely destroyed, diluted, and the very science of maintaining the temples has been lost. That is what Swamiji is reviving now. And ultimately, the plunder and destabilization of the wealth of the Hindu civilization. Wealth was completely extracted, destabilizing the entire region. In fact, there was a traveler who had recorded that when Malik Kafur had done a campaign in south of India, and he had gone city to city, plundered the city's temples and treasuries, literally massacred, killed tens of thousands of Hindus who were just innocent people, innocent, devoted Hindus. He had killed and massacred each and every one of them and looted the wealth. He had literally taken what is today valued at more than $200 billion of wealth. That is the amount of gold that was taken in a single campaign. A single campaign of just a few months had just looted the entire South India of this much of wealth. And again, there have been so many invasions like this that have looted the wealth and completely where we had successfully shown and excelled, shown a best example to the world, contributed to the world. In each of these, the invaders had dismantled and systematically broken the systems so that not only they will take the wealth, but they will exploit the resources, and each and every Hindu, they would turn into slave labor.
If you see in the textile industry, they eliminated by exploitative trade policies and flooding the market with cheaper foreign goods. And if you see in the steel industry, the Wootz, they were killed by impossible tariffs and laws like the British Standard Specification steels. And in the taxation and revenue, the exorbitant taxes, which were up to 50% of income, leading to the loss of ancestral lands because people were pushed into enormous debt. And then hoarding led to man-made famines, killing millions. Kids were starved, women were starved, and millions were died.
In just the 40-year period of this British, and this is more than actually however many people had died in those wars, all of them put together, still it did not meet the amount of people who had been starved to death during the famines, the man-made famines that had been
created due to the economic situation of the Hindus, that the high taxes that they were made to pay,
and the extortion of agriculture, of crops, of basic necessities of the British. Now, what does this ultimately do? The science of manifestation of wealth was lost. And not only lost, it was literally buried until to the point where we ourselves, Hindus ourselves, we don't know that we had such a great science, we had such a great history of the Sanātana Hindu economy, the immense amount of contributions that we did to the world. Instead, we are left with what many scholars even call being the poster child of poverty. Today, we have such impoverished ideas about wealth. and feeling that wealth and giving wealth is more about exploitation. All of these ideas that we have carried is all stemming down to what other civilizations who have been born out of these life negative ideas and cognitions have pushed on us.
Kailasa, which is the sovereign nation, Swamiji, who has established Kailasa, is reviving the blueprint for global prosperity, economic principles based on the sacred agamas and Vedas, through a life positive vision for a new global economy and practical implementable model for wealth creation.
This model that Swamiji is reviving by giving the example of Kailasa, the first nation for Hindus, is the global example that we can see of how Hinduism is meant to be, how it's supposed to contribute to the world, and how each individual can be supported, enabled to contribute to society and ultimately manifest their ultimate. Each individual can manifest their ultimate, manifest Paramashiva. And that is what Swamiji is guiding each and every one of us to do in Kailasa, to be able to manifest our ultimate, contribute to the society, and then manifest wealth, and then offer to the institutions to continue running and to continue the functionality of our normal day-to-day activities, whatever we need to evolve and grow.
Now, we shared with all of you that responsibilism is one of the primal principles of wealth creation. And it is also the verified business model for wealth creation. Your responsibility is your return on investment. This is the core of Kailasa's economy, and the wealth is a direct function of the responsibility you have taken to enrich society. As we said earlier, when you enrich people, they enrich you back. It's a virtuous cycle where when the ability to intelligently enrich a society in some form, whether you teach someone, you offer service to someone, or you generate the wealth through maybe selling items, etc., different ways to serve and enrich society and inspire humanity to contribute back to you. Then the second is the actual currency being generated, the modus operandi, the methodology through which interaction and transactions happen, the medium of exchange, and third,
and then finally, this results to your very consciousness living wealthy. Now, what happens in the normal economy nowadays is we are seeing that because of the unstable economy and the exploitive, and this has happened historically when the currency loses value, when exploitative industries go in dharmic principles.
But due to this, only a certain amount of the population of a country actually holds all the wealth, and the rest of the population are pushed into poverty and homelessness.
Exactly. And this is why so many people are facing the grind or even manage their daily life. But this is not what we were born to do. Swamiji beautifully gives us the right to claim our conscious sovereignty. And this science of manifestation of wealth is exactly how Swamiji is awakening that in each and every one of us. By first creating a model system, a model example through Kailasa, by reviving the teachings, by showing the sciences and giving the opportunity, extending the hand out that anyone can be a part. If you are even if you want to become an e-citizen and gain the benefits of the spiritual teachings of Kailasa, of Swamiji, that Swamiji has contributed to the world over the last 40 years, more than 40 years, or if you want to become a Sarvajñapita Yajaman or Karta, being a founding mother or father of Kailasa, no matter which way you want to involve yourself into Kailasa, you have such an immense amount of benefit, and ultimately you manifest your ultimate and you manifest more and more wealth, and then this cycle is created, this conscious cycle of wealth and abundance. That is what Kailasa's economy is all about, which I find is so exciting and inspiring, how Swamiji, in an economy of such in a global scheme where there's so many different exploitative structures that are disempowering people, Swamiji is standing against all of that, against so much of warfare, and sacrificing everything, every comfort that you can think of, just to make that possible for each and every one of us, out of without any personal gain for Swamiji's own self. Swamiji is just making this available as an opportunity for each and every one of us. If you want to participate, to be a part of this current conscious economic cycle, this conscious cycle, you can simply just start today. You can sign up, you can become an e-citizen, or you can start to be a manifester as a Sarvajñapita, or you can become a Yajaman or a Karta of Kailasa, a founding mother or father of Kailasa, where you yourself will be literally a part of history of making this economic model successful in the world.
Because when you contribute to this vision of Swamiji's, of Kailasas, by becoming a Sarvajñapita member, the founding members of Kailasa, when you contribute to Kailasa, and you are actually contributing to the revival of an entire Hindu nation, which will contribute back to you, bringing you back to your original roots, and bring back the original actual, the strong Hindu economy. And for this, Swamiji has also established the Reserve Bank of Kailasa, which is currency backed by purity, stability, and divine energy. No more paper promises, just our currency is sacred. The inflation resistance, which is usually there, the value is tied to a tangible, universally valued asset, not governance printed processes.
And this Reserve Bank of Kailasa also enables a long-term preservation of generation upon generation of citizens. It protects the citizens from devaluation of currency and building intergenerational wealth. It reduces instability. It mitigates the risk of currency crises and hyperinflation. And ultimately, it brings global trust based on universally valued commodities like gold. This gold-based bank and currency that Swamiji is doing in the Reserve Bank of Kailasa, which Swamiji inaugurated auspiciously 5 years back in 2020, and has since been running with several different branches all over the world, and being literally a vehicle for 2 billion Hindus all over the world as a cash flow and currency vehicle. This Reserve Bank of Kailasa is successfully revived by Swamiji and continuously been contributing to the world. This is one of the ways that Swamiji is reviving the Sanātana Hindu economy and the economy model.
And as we had shared earlier, the ultimate investment that you can make in your life is by becoming a Sarvajñapita Yajman or a Sarvajñapita Karta. These days, we all put different savings in different places, and we put our insurance to have thinking that money is going to actually save us, right? But the best investment that you can make in this lifetime is becoming a Sarvajñapita member and contributing to a much larger vision. See, you should not just watch history, but make history by becoming a Yajman. And this is your chance to become a founding mother or a founding father of the only Hindu nation, the first Hindu nation. And it is a transformational investment in your own life, as the future of Sanātana Hindu Dharma lays on that.
By becoming a Sarvajñapita Yajaman, you will experience first wealth completion, manifesting success through the science of contribution, to the science of wealth manifestation that Swamiji has given to the world. This is the ultimate, your key to success in the world. There have been people who have literally manifested millions of dollars just through this science of wealth creation, just through the blessings and initiation of Swamiji, through this science of wealth creation, just by the completion with wealth and by manifesting it, by living these principles of responsibilism, all of this contributes to you being able to manifest wealth, being able to manifest the ultimate. If you want $1 million, if you want to be a billionaire, if you want to be the richest man, this is a secret that you can access just by becoming a yajaman, and starting your journey in becoming a founding father of Kailasa. Because the wealth completion is such a fundamental component, pillar of the Sanātana Hindu economy, and the contribution that Swamiji is doing to the world. And of course, just by being a Sarvajñapita Yajaman, you will have so much of advancement in your spiritual field, in your spiritual body, and your spiritual experiences. Because you'll have direct access to Kailasa, which is the only enlightened ecosystem available on planet Earth, living right now with a living incarnation. Where on earth right now will you have such a beautiful blessing? And each and every one of us should understand, wake up to the truth. You have this opportunity right now to just turn around your experience of wealth and abundance, your experience of life. Unfortunately, wealth defines how we experience life nowadays. If we have more money, if we have our paycheck, we'll be happy. If we're running out of money, if the bank balance is low, we start worrying. We start being stressed. We start feeling like we're burning the candle on both ends. We'll not feel the happiness and fulfillment with life. But understand that life is not meant to be stressful in that way. Life is meant to be blissful. And Swamiji has given this secret to science of which is the science of wealth manifestation. This science to unlock all of this tremendous abundance that is accessible to you, that is available for you through Sanātana Hindu Dharma.
And last but not least, by becoming a Sarvajñapita Yajaman, you also experience enormous physical and mental healing, because when that contribution and enriching happens to society, you experience transformation through the cosmic law of relationship. And in everything, you experience a transformation. There have been millions and millions of Sarvajñapita members, like literally almost every single Sarvajñapita member, the people who have contributed by becoming a founding member of Kailasa, all of them at the beginning, they may not have had much money. They may have had only enough to maybe serve their family for their daily needs, to get food and pay the rent. But now they're actually millionaires and billionaires. So when you contribute, you actually get it back, and that is a science. Contributing to this movement, to the revival of Hindu nation, is to stop the Hindu holocaust and revive the golden era, where the Hindu economy was, where the economy of the world was stable and pure.
I actually, as you were saying, Mamadra, I actually just a few days ago, I was speaking to one of the Sarvajñapita Yajamans of Kailasa, how she manifested wealth. It was just her pure decision. And she just, because of her decision to become a Yajaman, she just simply attracted that wealth. And not only that, she attracted the wealth that she wanted to offer to Swamiji out of her gratitude. And became a Sarvajñapita Yajaman. She got blessings from Swamiji for becoming a Sarvajñapita Yajaman. And then literally within 2 weeks, she just said that all that wealth that she had offered, it just came back to her, different ways, different job opportunities, so many ways. Just within 2 weeks of that happening, it was a breakthrough for her. She manifested that same amount and more money, and she has so much more energy in her life. She has so much more completion in her life. She has so much more activism. She herself is so inspired to raise others and build an ecosystem for Kailasa where she is. It is such a beautiful thing to see. This is how the cycle works. As soon as you offer, this is how the Sanātana Hindu economy model works. As soon as you offer and you offer that out of your gratitude, literally more is poured onto you, more is showered onto you, and you are expanding. This is exactly how the economy model raises each individual in Kailasa and in the Sanātana Hindu civilization.
And for all of you out there watching us, all the viewers, if you're a Hindu, a born Hindu, a practicing Hindu, or even if you feel that yes, I need to take responsibility for a revival of the Hindu nation, for a stable, pure economy, then we have the link projected for all of you. You can sign up on this link, and you can also comment below in the video, and we'll help you to take your steps forward to become a part of this revival, and how you can become a contributing member of Kailasa. And additionally, actually, the most best part of becoming a Sarvajñapita Yajaman or Karta is you literally become a part of Swamiji's family. You literally become a part of the Kailasa family because you become a founding mother and founding father, which you actually will be there in Kailasa's history forever. Swamiji has given so much of blessings for all the Sarvajñapita members, whether it is being deified in gold in Swamiji's own birthplace in the Nithyananda Janmabhoomi in Tiruvannamalai, or the Divya Sharira project, where once you leave the body and Swamiji takes you to Mahakailasa, the physical ashes, it will be there buried under the Shivalinga in the Adi Kailasha Sarvajñapeetham established by Swamiji. So like this, there are so many things and much more that Swamiji goes on blessing for the Sarvajñapita Yajamans and Kartas. So for all of those watching, the best investment you can make in your life is by becoming a Sarvajñapita Yajaman today.
Not only your life, not only your own life, but your family's life, your immediate family's life, your husband, your children, not only them, generations ahead of them. You will see how it literally gives so much of transformation to each and every one. So if you are interested and if you want to start your journey today, please visit the link that is projected now. And for now, we will conclude this program on Kailasa News with the Purna Mantra. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat. Sarvam Bhagavat Shri Nithyananda Paramashiva Padukarpanamastu. Om Nithyanandam.